Football season is over, and on behalf of everyone at WagerTalk, we want to say thank you for the continued trust you put in our team of handicappers. Our ongoing success relies on the loyalty and support of customers like you. As a way to say thanks, from February 8th through the 14th, we're running a customer appreciation week, and all daily pick packages at WagerTalk.com will be discounted to $9. And yes, of course, that includes any 5% best bets, normally priced at $40. Once again, thank you for your business and trust in the WagerTalk family.
Hey, Teddy Covers, it's me, Lawrence Presman, and I made it, man. I had 2 teeth removed yesterday. My friend had it done 2 weeks ago. He was like in keeled over pain and agony for a week. I'm not even on painkillers. I feel amazing. And
good.
I'm wearing very special pants, which I'll talk about later on. Teddy, big show today. Oh, bugger off, Teddy. Starting with namaste, namaste. Rob Veno up first. Minnesota game, Cleveland, Portland game, and the St. Bonnie's game. We got Skee on at the bottom of the hour. All NBA all the time. Pelicans, Mavs, the Denver game, and the Spurs versus Hawks. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing just fine, thank you. On my big game breakdown today, if Skee's not going to do the Laker game, I better do the Laker game. We'll do Lakers Grizzlies and break that down in big game breakdown. What are you doing for your penalty box today, Lawrence?
A game for tomorrow. There's only 2 games today in NHL. I released one as a client play, and the other one I don't really love. I will give a quick synopsis of it, but a Saturday game. Teddy, you got your bad beat segment coming up. I don't think I'm in it because, well, I lost, but none of them were bad beats. But there's a rumor out there that you might be showcasing some of your own games.
Oh, yeah. I had fun last night. Nothing but fun last night. I did cash one with Miami, but I certainly was on the right side of several of these. How about the big game breakdown from yesterday? Golden State, the Warriors, bet up -8 to -9. They were on the right side, but they were in control of the game after halftime. They're up 13 with under 2 to play. It's 107-94. And Orlando does what the Magic sometimes do. Vujovic hits a 3, and then he hits a 2, and then Bacon with the and 1 3-point play, and then Ross hits a 3, and now it's a freaking 4-point game. Curry hits a couple of free throws. Golden State wins by 6. No cover. Late Orlando flurry. Tough beat for Warriors backer. David Sharp on Twitter sent me this one. And it's funny because if you're just looking at the final, you're like, no, this isn't any big deal. And then you go through the log. If you didn't see it, you're like, wow, that was kind of brutal. The Celtics Raptors total opened as high as 224, closed all the way down to 219 and a half, sitting at 208 with less than 2 to play. And both teams pull their starters, and you can expect 2 minutes of garbage time. And then Paul Watson hits a 3, and Stanley Johnson hits 1, and Carson Edwards hits a 3, and Watson hits another, and Taco Fall's getting dunks and putbacks, and Stanley Johnson's hitting free throws. And next thing you know, it's at 226, 18 points in the last 2 minutes of a double-digit lead game. There weren't even scramble points, just pure garbage time shots. Tough beat for underbettors. Celtics, Raptors. How about Purdue? They lead at halftime. They lead the whole second half, plus 2.5 at Minnesota. They're up 5 with under 2 to play. All right, mini ties. Purdue did exactly what you want your dog to do the last minute. They hit 2 shots to take the lead in the final minute. And then Marcus Carr hit a 3 to put Minnesota up 1. Purdue turns it over, fouls. Gophers hit 2 free throws. One last Boilermaker miss at the buzzer. Minnesota wins by 3. Tough beat for Purdue. Utah, this is one I had fun with yesterday. They're up double digits to half against Cal. They're up 7 with 45 seconds left. Missed free throw, turnover, another missed free throw. They're still up 6, laying 4.5, 17 seconds left. Cal get the shot off the offensive rebound. Utah misses both free throws. Another Cal bucket, another Utah turnover. The Utes foul Cal with up 2 with 0.7 seconds left. And the dude misses the first and hits the second, the exact opposite what you're supposed to do. Oh, goodness. No overtime save. Utes win by only 1. Tough beat for Utah Packers. In the NHL, let's see. There was Blackhawks. Mark Rickman sent me this via tweet. Talking about a Dave Koken tweet, talking about the Blackhawks, -115, -120 at home against Columbus. Chicago blows a pair of 2-goal leads. They're still up 5-4 with under 3 to play. They lose 6-5, 4 third-period goals allowed for the Chicago Blackhawks. Tough beat for their betters, I should say. With all the bad beats, bad bets got to be short. There was tons of Rockets money last night right before tip-off. One prominent global book had Houston as a favorite. The Heat blew a double-digit fourth-quarter lead, but hang on, win by 7. All the Houston money was wrong and bad for books in the NBA. The Pacers, -2.5 up to -4 at Detroit. Indiana finally woke up after a 1-5 stretch. They were down 32 at the half versus the Nets. Last night, they won by 16, and the total bet down 219.5 to 216 lands 206. So both side and total for Pacers Pistons. Bad for the books last night. There you have it, Prez. A little recap. Now back to you.
Teddy covers outstanding job, my brother. Going to be a fun, good weekend, man. Teddy, I got to tell you about the pants right now before we even bring Rob Veno on. So I'm NHL
fascinated by the pants, please, and I'm hoping you can make
Would you like
a
to
very
see
long
him?
story.
Would you like
No,
to
I just
see
want
the
you to
pants?
just stretch it out because everyone
Stretch
wants
it
to
out.
know about the
Okay,
pants.
I'll show you the pants. Here are the pants. Pants. There are the pants.
Thank you.
That's funny, Joe. Oh, here are the pants. Here are the pants. Anyway, I accidentally put these pants on at the beginning of the NHL season. I won my first 9 games. Then I lost,
You told the
and I'm
story
like,
yesterday.
damn pants. Threw them. No, I didn't. Threw them away.
The day before.
I found them. I lost the pants. This is the first day. This is day 1 of the pants that put me on this great NHL start. I couldn't find them. So now I'm feeling freaking groovy, dude. I'm wearing the
You
pants.
told me that you found them 2 days ago and you put them on, and that was day 1.
No, I didn't. I didn't put them on 2 days ago. I found them 2 days ago, but I was doing okay, so I kept wearing the others. Then I had a bad night, so I'm like, I'm pulling out the pants. Anyway, that's my story. Any comments?
Rob Veno.
Well said. Robert Veno, welcome to WagerTalk Today. Do you have any superstitions?
I think we all do. I can't think of any major ones off the top of my head, but yeah, I mean, it gets crazy, Prez, doing this betting games for so many years. I mean, there's times where I'll be sitting in a certain position watching a game, and if it's going well, I won't move. I won't change the channel. I won't move that position. Stay right there. Let's keep things going just the way they are. I get into that type of mode sometimes, but I don't think there's any daily practice of superstition that I go through.
So I have 3 TVs, and if I'm like losing 2 games on the 2 TVs, but winning 1 game on like the small TV, I then switch the channels around to try to get the small TV to vibe positively into the other 2 games. I'm a lunatic. Rob, let's get to it, brother. Last we spoke, you were still. Oh, shut up, Teddy. Last we spoke, we were still rocking and rolling. How's your week been since last Friday?
Yeah, the NBA since Super Bowl Sunday has been real good, Prez. 9-3 since Sunday. NBA knocking it out of the park. College basketball has been kind of 50-50 all season long. Hasn't really been any bad spells, haven't been any really monster spells, but just riding the middle. But the NBA, last 30 days, I believe, number 1 at WagerTalk. And, of course, like I say, right now in the midst of a pretty good hot streak. So we look to continue those numbers and make them even better in the weeks to come.
Excellent stuff. One of our listeners wants to know how my dog is doing. She's actually right by my feet. She's doing good. So thank you for asking. Rob, Minnesota, Charlotte -4. What do you like in this game, bro?
Yeah, I like the total. Prez, Teddy's heard me ramble about this on the NBA tip-off show, but it started about 3 or 4 games ago when James Borrego, the head coach of Charlotte, really committed to LaMelo Ball as his point guard. So wishy-washy for about 2 weeks prior. Yeah, I don't know if I can start him. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. Due to injury, he had to start him about 4 games ago. LaMelo came through. Since then, he's found ways to get him into the lineup no matter what. I think he is the starting point guard from here on, even if it required Borrego to go to 3 guards and play small, which Charlotte does consistently now. Not play 3 guards consistently, but they go small consistently. He's doing whatever it takes to keep Ball in that lineup. Since then, if you just look at overall tempo numbers for the season, overall offensive efficiency numbers for the season, you might not be too impressed with the Charlotte Hornets. However, since Ball has been in, it's been more of a showtime feel for this team up and down the floor. In their last 7 games, 5 times they've scored 119 or better. So they're becoming that type of team. I like that. I thought I found this trend early. I continue to play it. I'll play it here again tonight. I took first half over at 116. I think it's since gone up to 117. I took game over 228. I think you can still find that out there. But in this case, they play Minnesota tonight, who, again, lacks on the defensive end. Last 3 games allowed 120, 127, 119. All 3 games are over. Yes, you don't have D'Angelo Russell for the second straight game, but you do have Karl Anthony Towns for the second straight game. And that's a big plus here in this game, guys, with Cody Zeller in the middle for Charlotte, a place that can be attacked on any given night against these Charlotte Hornets. As I say, they're more of a small ball team at this point in time. Minnesota certainly with the capability to score 118, 122, 112. And in fact, against the Clippers, in Karl Anthony Towns' return a couple of days ago, this total was bet down by most everybody. I happen to have the game over. It did get over, hit 231. I think you'll see something in that range here again tonight. I wouldn't blame anybody for doing what I did, playing first half over, game over. But I'm just going to stick to this Charlotte over trend. While I think it's good to go, while I think it lasts, while I think bookmakers haven't made enough adjustment, I'll just vary the percentage of bankroll I play each and every day. Some days stronger than others. But I like it over both ends, first half, game.
And I certainly agree with the concept, Rob. My biggest concern about this over tonight is you have a coach in Borrego who was furious at his team's defensive effort last time out. They allowed what Memphis said a franchise record of made 3-pointers in that contest. So you have a team that has made us is saying they're going to make a concerted effort on the defensive end tonight. Does that concern you with this total? Because it's not a low total. We are sitting at 228 plus on this one.
Yeah, I think the good news for Minnesota, Teddy, is while they can shoot threes, they're a team with their skill guys that will attack the rim as much, if not more, than shoot threes, right? Anthony Edwards, first-round draft pick, Josh Okogie, Malik Beasley. These guys are all guys that will go to the rim. So I think Minnesota's going to find their points. Karl Anthony Towns is the starting point, and the rest of these guys, whether they be at the rim or from beyond the arc, I think they're that type of team. They don't necessarily live out at 3-point range. If Charlotte gets up too tight, I think these guys can blow by. So the matchup, I think, speaks to the over for me.
Rob Veno, everybody, one of the best NBA betting experts on the planet. We're lucky to have him. You can find him at WagerTalk.com, and it's $9. Still a couple more days left. Customer Appreciation Week. You want to play Rob Veno? It's only $9. Rob, Cleveland, Portland. Portland here, -4.5. A little bit of money coming in on them this morning. Where are you going, bro?
I like the underdog side here, Prez, because to me, it's just a situational handicap, plain and simple, right?
Rob, I made a mistake. It's 3.5, and the money went the opposite way. My bad. But I corrected it fast. So, namaste.
Thank you, Prez.
Continue, Rob.
Portland opened 4.5 down to 3.5. But again,
Yes.
guys, I think it's all situational here. Cleveland comes in with the day off. It is their 3rd in 5 on this West Coast swing. But there's been a day off in between every one of them. While they come in with the day off, Portland comes in off back-to-back, and a taxing win last night against the Philadelphia 76ers. I think there's an edge there. Cavs come in off of a blowout loss to Denver. Now, when they went to Denver, they caught themselves in a bad spot. Denver had lost 4 straight games. Denver was out to embarrass somebody. Denver did just that. This spot for the Blazers, again, you wonder how focused or how much energy they'll be after beating an NBA elite team like the 76ers last night. That game went right down to the finish with Portland winning by 4. I think the Cavs are capable of not only keeping it close, but winning this game. Just look back to the first game of this road trip against Phoenix when money poured in on the Cavaliers to the point where the closing line in a lot of places ended up having Cleveland as a loser when you could have had a lot more points and had Cleveland as a winner in that game. They lose by 6, 119, 113. The Suns in that game were in the same type of spot that the Blazers are in here. The Suns the day before had beaten the Boston Celtics outright. Well, not outright. Suns were favored, excuse me there, but they beat Boston, an NBA elite team from the Eastern Conference. So the Cavs have seen this before. They came through in this situation just a few days ago. I like that. Damian Lillard, I want to talk about real quick. The guy's been playing nicked up for a couple of weeks. He's had the abdominal injury. He's had a shoulder injury. Last night, he goes to the free throw line 15 times, puts up 21 shots. Again, tough effort for him because he was guarded by Ben Simmons for the majority of that game. Will Lillard have the energy here? I'm not quite sure he will. Andre Drummond makes life tough in the middle the way Embiid did last night. Bottom line, guys, I think the energy will be on Cleveland's side. I think the scheduling spot is on Cleveland's side. I think Cleveland's talent and their ability to play hard also bodes well for them. So short number, but I'll take Cleveland plus 3.5.
So let's shift over to the college ranks now, Rob, and take a look at St. Bonaventure and VCU, the Bonnies and the Rams. Right now, VCU, a 3-point favorite. A total, what are we looking at? 134, 135, in that range. I'm seeing a couple of 135.5s out there. What's your take on the Bonnies and the Rams?
For me, Teddy, this one's all about style. We see it so often in college basketball, not as much in pro basketball, but college basketball especially. Methodical offenses versus pressing defenses. Do you have the guard play to handle pressure? If the answer is yes, I'm on your side. If the answer is no, which is what we saw VCU Dayton a few days ago, right? Dayton with only one true ball handler, beaten twice by VCU this year. But St. Bonaventure, 3-guard offense, the ability to handle the ball. I think they're the right side in this game. And that's where you start, right? Can you handle VCU's pressure? I think yes. But the other side of that coin is, how about St. Bonaventure's defense, which is tremendous? And not just where A10 standards are concerned, but I think nationally, very, very strong. And Virginia Commonwealth, guys, without the ability to steal and get up tempo and get easy shots, they're the same old VCU in their half-court offense. So I think, again, they'll struggle here. If I go back to game one of these two, the matchups between these two, VCU leads this game 40-25 at halftime. They've got Bonaventure on the run. Bonaventure goes into the locker room. They make some adjustments. They outscore Commonwealth 45-14. Second half, win that game easily. Virginia Commonwealth is held to 32% shooting for the game. VCU committed more turnovers than they got. 19 turnovers committed, only 15 turnovers forced. St. Bonnie a plus 11 edge, and free throw attempts in that game. Boy, they straightened a lot of things out in the second half. I could see that repeating itself. I like the methodical ball handling underdog against the pressure style team here. I'll take St. Bonaventure plus the points.
Rob Veno, everybody. Rob, I can't thank you enough for taking time to join us. How about giving us a quick synopsis of what's going on with your kid? Is that public knowledge?
This kid's a rock star.
Yeah, I want to hear about it, dude. I want to hear about his kid.
You didn't know that? Rob,
I did know that.
Both of Rob's kids are impressive in terms of what they've been able to accomplish in their 20s. The one kid's a rock star. The other kid works for ESPN.
Yes, well, we do. I do know, dude. But let's focus on the rock star kid, Rob. Tell us what's going on, where our listeners can hear the Venos.
The name of their band is called Grayscale, Gray with an A. They just went out and recorded their 4th album in Los Angeles. They got back late last night. I wear this Belmont Bruins shirt in tribute to my oldest son who graduated Belmont School of Music a few years back. But yeah, Prez, they're on the way up. They have sort of swung their music more toward pop. They started as punk pop They become more towards mainstream pop, looking to get on the radio and gather some more into their audience. So really proud of them. They spent 5 weeks out there recording this latest album. I have not even heard any of the songs off of the album yet. Normally I get raw demos from past albums, but they're especially proud of this one. And my son told me, I want you to wait till everything's mixed and mastered, and then I will let you listen in. But they think it's going to be really good. I can't wait till they can play live. And Teddy, we got to get Isaac up on stage one time. I'm going to have Nicholas allow your boy to sit in on drums. My son is a drummer, by the way, Prez. So, band practice has been inside this house for the last 10 years because the drums do not travel.
Well, Rob, how about my daughter on piano? Can she sit in?
There's absolute keyboard parts. Absolutely, Prez. We can
well,
make
there
that
you
happen.
go.
They do tour Canada. They've been to Toronto a few times. They're not too keen on Montreal, but Toronto they like.
Oh, dude, Montreal is a wonderful, wonderful town. It's one of the party capitals of the planet. There you go, everybody. Rob's kids' band is called Gray Scale. It's a fabulous name, Rob. I wish you a lot of nachas when you listen to it. You don't know that word, but for the people who do, they understand. Anything quickly to promote?
Hey, NBA up and available, Prez. I think you said it best. It's Customer Appreciation Week. So if you're ever going to jump in this week. Prices are reduced. I'll have my NBA stuff up later this afternoon, along with college hoops. Just go to WagerTalk.com.
There you go. Rob Veno, everybody. Guys, Teddy's big game breakdown coming up. Hakeem Profit's 3 NBA games. I've got a lot to talk about in the penalty box segment. So much still to come. Thanks, Rob Veno.
We're just getting started with one of the busiest betting periods of the year. The heart of conference play in college hoops and the NBA and NHL are in action daily. Our golf handicappers prove that golf matchups can be beat, and our NASCAR guys can't wait until February 14th for the Daytona 500. Toss in soccer, MMA, and even player props, and the experts at Sportsmemo have you covered. Get select Sportsmemo handicappers for a full week, 7 days of all access, all just for $49 each. You heard me right, just $7 per day. Get every pick they release in every sport, including any 5% best bet. To redeem this offer, just go to sportsmemo.com, choose your handicapper, and use coupon NEXT49 when purchasing a 7-day all-access pass. This coupon has limited use, but expires this Sunday with no exceptions, so act fast.
Welcome back to Wager Talk Today, your sports central for gamblers. Each and every weekday, 9 a.m. Pacific time, noon Eastern. It's time for Big Game Breakdown. Let's talk Lakers and Grizzlies. Of course, before I get into the breakdown, I do want to ask you, if you like the show, please show us. Give us a like. Give us a follow. Obviously, the Wager Talk YouTube channel, enormous. What are we at, 70,000 right now? We appreciate all the likes. Take your time right now. Give us a click. Thank you. Lakers and the Grizzlies. Right now, LA -7. Let's call it -7 on the Wager Talk live odds screen. The total sitting in the 218.5, 219 range as we speak. Memphis is playing tonight. They're not going to have Sean McDermott. They're not going to have Desmond Bane coming off a huge game. They're not going to have Brandon Clark, who's been out, obviously. Tilly's not playing. Melton's not playing. They've been out Winslow and Jackson all year. It's a shorthanded Grizzlies team, and yet the biggest factor in this point spread is the fact that Anthony Davis is questionable, where all those guys missing from Memphis, and the marks are saying the most important player on the court, or the second most important player on the court after LeBron, and maybe after John Morant, obviously, but that Anthony Davis, his questionable status is leading to a relatively short point spread here. I'm not as interested in the spread as I am in the total for this one. The last 10 meetings between these two teams, you don't see a lot of series like this. Last 10 meetings, 10-0 to the under. Okay, there have been 4 meetings since the start of 2020. The last 4 meetings have all stayed double digits under. There were 2 previous meetings this season. One of them stayed 33 points under. The other stayed 18 points under. The final meeting last year, 35.5 points under. The Grizzlies just played a game against Charlotte, who Rob was just saying earlier in the show, or Rob Veno made the point, Charlotte's trying to run and gun. Okay, so they were playing an up-tempo game against an up-tempo opponent. Oh, and they hit a franchise record 23 three-pointers in that ball game. All right, and everybody was hitting. I mean, Dylan Brooks was hitting, and Bain had a season high. He was not playing tonight. Grayson Allen, who's been useless, hit 5 3-pointers. And of course, Memphis shot the ball, or Charlotte shot the ball really well in that contest. I'm not expecting more of the same tonight. And of course, we have a Lakers team that has come up big in overtime in each of their last 3 games. And of course, because the games have gone into overtime, the Lakers, who had been 7-1 to the under the previous 8, have now gone over 3 in a row. We're still talking about the number 1 defense in the NBA. And we're talking about a team that has a base well below the league average. Let's look at the Lakers and Grizzlies under the total tonight. Again, 10-0 to the under the last 10 meetings, a trend worth riding this evening. Back to you, El Presidente.
Why, thank you, Teddy. Great stuff, brother. Skee joining us. Skee Profits, looks like you got your hair cut. Looking cool. I want to tell you something, Skee. You've only known Teddy as I as 2 old men. We actually had a moment of coolness at one point. I swear to God. We got a guy in the chat room that said that he went to a Grateful Dead show with Teddy and they ate brownies. I don't know if it's true or not, but I know Teddy's been to Grateful Dead shows and I know he's eaten brownies. So that in and of itself, Skee, makes this guy cool. I swear to God, we were cool once, bro. Welcome to the show.
I got to jump in, okay, because, Prez, you have to recognize, all right, you were a breakdancer, and your breakdancer name was DJ Cool?
No, Mr.
If you're
Cool.
calling your Mr. Cool. If you're calling yourself Mr. Cool,
I didn't name me that.
There is not a chance that you were actually cool. Okay.
I didn't name that. My name, I named myself Sir Swipe, but the people around me started chanting, Mr. Cool, Mr. Cool. And then a harem of women jumped on top of me. And then all of a sudden, I became Mr. Cool. Anyway.
They were chanting, Prez? Stop. Because they were chanting?
Mr. Cool. I think about it all the time. Still to this day. I hear the chants regularly 35 years later.
I'm sure
Skee,
you do.
Skee, welcome to the show. 2 old men and a cool
dude.
Best name ever. What's going on, bro?
I'm happy to be on the show with you guys. And, listening to Teddy talk about the Lakers, I'm kind of sad I didn't pick that as one of the games because now I don't get to talk about it. But it's been pretty good over the last 33 days or so for me. The past 3 days haven't been good, but still, even with those 3 bad days, we're up 20 and a half units over the last 33. So we're going to get back on track today. Nicely
done, man. So Teddy, we got to ask Skee some questions. We're going to start with the Mavs Pelicans game. I don't want to talk about the Mavs. They're dead to me right now. This team has just annihilated me all year long. So you go ahead, Skee, but I ain't touching this game. I'll probably end up playing it and releasing it to my clients, but I hand it to you, bro.
They should be dead to you. They've covered one of their last 11 games. They're 1-9 as a home favorite. That's not a team I want in my pocket when I'm laying points. And New Orleans, they've had a little bit of life lately. They've covered 4 of their last 5 games. The last game, they looked a little tired being on the second of a back-to-back, but the team looks like they're playing well. They're playing better defensively. And it really comes down to just not wanting Dallas as a favorite. They're also in a spot that I like to fade teams, and that's rested home teams that won their last game as a favorite, but they had come back from double digits to do so. Teams in that situation since 2019 are 18-39 against the spread. So I'm fading Dallas. I like New Orleans plus the points.
So I'm certainly not going to argue with you conceptually about fading Dallas as chalk, but it looks to me like the markets have kind of caught up with where Dallas actually is now. We're not seeing Dallas laying 6, 7 in this game. Now we're seeing Dallas laying 2 or 3 in this game. Do you think this trend will go on indefinitely, or are we at the point right now where maybe you tap the brakes a little bit because the markets, again, just based on this number, it looks like they're showing either the Pelicans a lot of respect or the Mavs not that much.
Well, I don't think the markets. I mean, Dallas is 11th in the West. They're bottom of the barrel right now, even after winning 3 games. And the way I look at this one, Dallas, they're 5, I think, and 13 when they lose the rebounding battle. And Pelicans, over the last 5 games, they're the number 2 rebounding team. So I think they're going to win the rebounding battle. So I think Pelicans win the game.
Skee Profit, everybody. You can find him at WagerTalk.com. It's $9 for his plays. A couple of days more to go. Customer Appreciation Week. And we really are appreciating all of you guys. I mean, we're appreciative of all of you guys. My God. Closing in on 70,000 subscribers on our channel. We can't thank you enough. Skee, Oak City versus Denver. Huge line here. Denver -12. Where are you going in this game?
And I'm going to be honest about this one. I should have picked the Lakers over this.
Did you lie about the others?
No, I didn't lie. It's just the lineups.
It always kills me when people preface it. I got 2 girls, and then Vivian's got 2 boys, and we sit around and have dinner, and they're always like, I'll be honest, in my opinion. Yeah, Skee, never start something with I'll be honest about this one. It implies terrible things.
Okay.
So I'll be honest about my thoughts about what game Skee should do here. If you want to do the Lakers, do the Lakers. You know?
Yeah.
Do whatever game you want. It's your segment, man. Roll.
Well, you know what? I'll do like this. I liked OKC if they had Gilgeous-Alexander. Now that they don't, it's not necessarily the angle I want to go to. That's what I'll say about that one. Although they have been covering without him. So I'll talk about the Lakers, Teddy. And we've talked about this a couple of times. I knew what you were going to say in your big game breakdown before you even said it. And I know you think the Lakers, they play towards the under. And, you know, I kind of had a chance to talk to the Lakers reporter, Mike Trudell, last night and kind of bounce a little bit of my ideas off of him. And how I always say the Lakers take pride in winning on the road. They're 12-2 straight up. They're 12-2 to the under. And that's because they want to go in and show other people like that they're dominant. And at home, they don't necessarily care that much. They're lackluster defensively. They know they can come back and win the games. I won't touch on from the spread, but I think they've won their last 6, although they're not covering the game. So they know that they can win these games. They don't really care about being at home. There's no fans. They go to these other arenas, and they're more happy to play on the road. So the over is now 8-4 at home. And without Anthony Davis, there's no rim protection. The Memphis, they're not a great 3-point shooting team in general. They want to score their buckets at the rim. And if you don't have Anthony Davis down there, the Lakers' rim defense is just non-existent. Lakers without Anthony Davis since 2020, January 10th, without Anthony Davis, the over is 10-2. That's letting you know right there. The average total was 222.3. It went over by 9.5 points per game. And that's including this year. I know the last couple I went to overtime, but that's less defense. And I heard you say about Memphis playing Charlotte and how they're going to be up tempo. I agree with the concept that Rob said for Charlotte and why Memphis played a little bit faster, but they've still went over 5 of their last 7 games. And 7 of their last 8 games have went over 218. The one that didn't landed on 218. So I like the over.
Uh-oh. We got a battle between Skee and I. And it's great info when you're talking about, anytime you have contact with a reporter who's in the locker room or a reporter who watches every game start to finish, that's worth something. So I'll give you credit. And the breaking down of the Lakers between home and road, you want LA on the highway, not so much the playing at Staples Center. From a side standpoint, would you look at Memphis plus the points tonight? Because that's certainly the way I was leaning for this one.
Yeah, I definitely want Memphis. I don't want any parts of the Lakers. Lakers are another one of those teams in the same situation as Dallas that won their last game. Their rested home team won their last game as a favorite, but had to come back double digits to do so. I said those teams are 18-39-1 against the spread. And Memphis, their offense has low-key been better than the Lakers lately. They've been a better rebounding team. Like I said, Lakers are comfortable just winning the games. They've won their last 6, although they've only covered 2 of their last 9. So I think they're still going to come out with not as much energy as you might see on the road. And I think Memphis can hang in this game.
Skee Profits, everybody. Skee, Oak City, Denver, Spurs, Hawks. You pick which one you want to talk about, bro.
Spurs, Hawks.
I'm going to go the Spurs and the Hawks. If you could just give me maybe the number that's current. I know
Right now
Teddy,
we're looking at San Antonio as a 2-point dog on the road, total 224.5.
Oh, and okay, I'll tell you guys this. I got in on this game, and the line has already moved away from me. I got in at 228.5, and I'm on the under. And reason being,
wow.
I'm looking at the Hawks. Well, first of all, I'll talk about both teams. San Antonio's offense just been non-existent, really bad the last 5 games. Their second worst offensive rated team. Atlanta's offense also hasn't been there. And I'm looking at the Hawks off of a loss, but they've already been an under team. They've went under 14 of their last 20 games. I'm looking at the Hawks off of a loss as long as the total is greater than 225. The under is 8-0 going back to last year's under 6-0 this year. San Antonio has been playing more towards the under 4 of their last 5 games. The number I have as far as my number I made for the game was 223. So it's getting close to not having value. And I still think we see less points. It's went under 5 of the last 6 meetings as well. So I like less points in this game.
Thank you, my friend, brother. Awesome to have you. I know you're normally on Wednesdays. We had to move you around. We're going to keep finding spots for you every week. You're too great a guest. Skee, have a monster weekend, my friend. Kick ass. And we'll see you next week. Guys, 20 seconds. We got the penalty box segment coming up, and we got a lot of great comments about Teddy and my banter at the end of the show, so we'll try that again. Give us 20.
We're just getting started with one of the busiest betting periods of the year. The heart of conference play in college hoops and the NBA and NHL are in action daily. Our golf handicappers prove that golf matchups can be beat, and our NASCAR guys can't wait until February 14th for the Daytona 500. Toss in soccer, MMA, and even player props, and the experts at Sportsmemo have you covered. Get select Sportsmemo handicappers for a full week, 7 days of all access, all just for $49 each. You heard me right, just $7 per day. Get every pick they release in every sport, including any 5% best bet. To redeem this offer, just go to sportsmemo.com, choose your handicapper, and use coupon NEXT49 when purchasing a 7-day all-access pass. This coupon has limited use, but expires this Sunday with no exceptions, so act fast.
Teddy, I'm not kidding you. There were like 5 guys that put in the chat. Yes, not in the chat, in the comment section yesterday that this song needs to be changed. And it will. Anyway, couple of quick things. We were talking in the chat room today about pull-ups. One of our listeners said he could do 23 pull-ups. Anybody out there who can do 20 pull-ups in a row, put it up on Twitter. Hashtag the Prez. I will get you $100 in wager bucks if you could do 20 unassisted pull-ups in a row. I have not gotten that approved from head office. Johnny does not know about this, nor does Missy, but I will guarantee I will make it happen. You do 20 pull-ups, you deserve 100 wager bucks. That's for sure. Anyway, let's get into some NHL. And what I want to do is I want to take a look at a bunch of stuff for tomorrow's card. There's only 2 games tonight. Boston Rangers, St. Louis against Arizona. I'm betting one and I don't like the other. So tomorrow, Dave Koken came on the show yesterday and we talked about these teams that are winning all the time. What do you do with them? And he said you wait for them to lose a game and then you jump back in. Well, we got Vegas tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, not only coming off of a loss to Anaheim, but a shutout loss to Anaheim. They're going to San Jose. They are minus 170. I think that's a short number. Grab the Vegas Golden Knights. As well, Tampa Bay, they lost to Florida yesterday, got manhandled. They're minus 150. There you go, guys. You can jump on both Tampa Bay and Vegas. They're both coming off a loss, and they're probably 2 of the top 4 teams in all of hockey. As well, if, and this is a big If the Bruins, okay, it's not that big an if the Bruins beat the Rangers tonight, they are playing the New York Islanders tomorrow. I will be pounding the New York Islanders if the Bruins win tonight. And lastly, Montreal is playing the Toronto Maple Leafs tomorrow. And finally, there is a 6 on the board with a Toronto Maple Leaf game. Take that game over and take it right now. That will be my best bet tomorrow. Teddy covers. How are you, my friend?
So I just learned something new. Literally, I learned something new about sports betting in your segment just now. And that is that the NHL openers for the next day are posted really early. I didn't know they were up this early. You don't see college hoops or NBA openers yet for tomorrow, but you do see NHL openers. So I guess the books do that first. I never knew they were up this early. So
yeah,
well,
but it is tricky. Of course, I don't handicap hockey. Teddy. It is tricky because the starting goalies won't even be announced until tomorrow, right? So it's like if you take a look at the 6, for instance, in Montreal and Toronto, and I love this play. Like this, this will likely be my client play, that over. But if they announce that Hutch is in net for Toronto tomorrow morning, this is going up to 6.5 instantly. So the guys have to take advantage of these early lines because we don't know who the goalies are. And if we can find value before they announce the goalies, jump in immediately. And for instance, I'm telling you flat out, that game will be 6.5 by tomorrow. And the difference between 6 and 6.5 is the difference between 3 and 7 in the NFL. It is a massive, massive difference. So take advantage of that. Teddy, really quick, man. Since the Super Bowl, my kids have been betting every day I wake up. There's like 10 texts from them. Today I wake up, my daughter's like, I'm on the Bruins. They haven't lost a game, so they're going to win tonight. The amazing thing is, and you and I are so far removed from when we used to be amateur bettors. So now I'm like watching it all unfold, So I text them, oh, so the Bruins haven't lost, so they'll win tonight. Yes, it's great. They can't lose. I get to jump back into the mindset of a person who doesn't realize that the bookmaker knows the same information that they do. And my kids are like, I've been Googling it. My kids love the New York Knicks tonight, Teddy. The New York Knicks. They're like, Derrick Rose is incredible. I'm like, Derrick Rose? What are you talking about? Anyway, it's so fascinating to watch their brains and this, as these like newbies coming in and thinking they found an edge.
So the difference between me and a newbie is that I've been doing it for longer. We all started in the same place, Prez. You started in the same place. I started in the same place. There's no shortening the learning curve when it comes to betting. You start out over here, and if you keep at it, you can end up over there. But just remember to tell them it is a process. And speaking of processes, that's the end of the process of this show, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I just wanted to say one last thing about my 20 pull-ups. Some of these guys want to see me breakdance. Find a guy in the chat room who could do 20 pull-ups. I will get him $100 a wager box. I will do a breakdance TikTok video, and I will mention that person's name every day for a week, whether Teddy likes it or not. Now we're done, Teddy. Take us home, baby.
Sure. And listen, we appreciate all the comments in the chat. Please comment, like, subscribe. And remember, with the comments, I know there's about 1% of you that'll come in and comment on any given day. We appreciate you. Thank you. We also appreciate the 99% who don't. Thank you as well. I want to thank Dave Koken. Dave Koken wasn't on the show today.
Well, thank him anyway. He was on yesterday, Teddy.
I want to thank Rob Veno. I want to thank Skee Profit. And of course, I want to thank you, our viewing audience. Enjoy the games. Good luck this weekend. We'll be back again on Monday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific time, noon Eastern, right here on WagerTalk Today, your Sports Central.
Wait, I got to jump in. We already have our first video up. of 20 pull-ups. I'm so happy. That is great. I love to know that our listeners are healthy and working out. Everybody, sorry to jump in, Teddy. Love you all. We'll see you Monday. Be well.
Football season is over, and on behalf of everyone at WagerTalk, we want to say thank you for the continued trust you put in our team of handicappers. Our ongoing success relies on the loyalty and support of customers like you. As a way to say thanks, from February 8th through the 14th, we're running a customer appreciation week, and all daily pick packages at WagerTalk.com will be discounted to $9. And yes, of course, that includes any 5% best bets, normally priced at $40. Once again, thank you for your business and trust in the WagerTalk family.